first, I kind of wish I just. That's so funny. Anyway, looked like some of these filters make me look. I want to live in the Barbie world. Anyway, I'm here to discuss the audiobook I just finished called Last Girl Breathing by Court Stevens. I give it a 3 stars, and for me, it's kind of a low 3 stars. I don't know if it was the book or if it was just the narration. And I feel bad saying that, but one, like just randomly, there'd be like a lot of breathing in between sentences. Like through part of the book, it'd be just real nice and quiet, like you would expect. And then part of the book, you would hear her breathing just so loudly. And it was almost like a jump scare because all of a sudden she'd say something and then, and I'm like, please blow your nose or whatever you need to do or breathe better. I'm not sure. And then the way she narrated, I felt like it was almost too. It didn't feel not organic. That's not the word. It didn't feel natural sometimes. The way she was narrating it, the emotions she was trying to portray. So I'm wondering if the narration is why it was such a low rating for me because it's like I said, a really low 3 star. The story itself's okay. It's like a young adult murder mystery thriller type book. Without like spoilers, not any major spoilers anyway. It's basically like an event happened in the past, and in the book, it like does the flash. It tells the past event in sections throughout the chapters, which I kind of found annoying, but I kind of liked at the same time. So I'm kind of neutral about that because it just seemed kind of random sometimes. But I think most of it kind of tied into the like present day story. And then also, so like the event happened in the past, and then these events are happening in the present. There's, obviously murder. I won't tell you who or anything, but someone gets murdered or someone's, and so people are trying to figure out what happened, and someone gets blamed, and I'm not saying if they did it or did not do it. And then all this is tied to the main character because she was related or knew the people or person who, I'm trying not to give away anything, that died or got murdered. And then there's also a missing person. There's a lot of stuff going on. There's a lot of stuff going on in the story, but the author did a good job at not making it confusing or anything. I mean, there's a lot going on, but they lay it out pretty clearly. So, you're not supposed to know if the person who blamed did it or not, or if they did, why they did it. It's supposed to be like, there's always that big reveal, but for me personally, the big reveal, the who did it, whether that person did it or not, all this stuff, it just wasn't the big reveal. It didn't surprise me. It wasn't like, I never thought of that or, anything like that. It was just, oh, yeah, okay. And then in the book, it tells the past event in sections, and then it's telling you what's happening and everything. And then it skips forward a couple years, and for some reason that really bugs me. I feel like the author didn't know how to go from point A to point B, so they went point five to point B, if that makes sense. It was just, I don't know. The only part I truly liked about the book, in the book, was the ending. I posted another TikTok. I got 82% into the book before I was really like, oh, I want to know what happens next. Because through most of the book, the first 81% of the book, I was just like, yeah, it's okay. I kept listening to it because I wanted to finish it. I wanted to see, who did it and what happens. So, the writing was good enough to keep me listening. I wonder if I would have liked it a lot better if I had read the book instead of listened to the audiobook, which usually I love audiobooks. It's just, this one it just wasn't it for me. It did not grab my attention. I was just constantly losing like focus and having to go back and re-listen to parts because I wasn't sure what exactly had happened or when this person came into play, or I kept feeling like I missed something, and I would go back and I was like, oh, that actually wasn't really explained well. I don't know. It just, like I said, it's, I don't want to like keep people from reading this or listening to it because, it's just my opinion, and it could, maybe I wasn't in the right mood for this book at the time. I'm definitely a mood reader. But so I'm not recommending it, but I'm not saying stay away from this book. It's horrible because it's not a bad book. And the storyline's good. I think I liked the characters. I was kind of on the fence with even the main character. There's just a lot going on in this book, a lot of emotional stuff, but for some reason I didn't feel connected to the emotions that was being portrayed. And yeah, I think that's it. Just I wasn't connected to the story. I wasn't connected to the characters. I didn't really feel anything for the characters. I think that's it. I think that's why it just didn't get a good rating from me, is because I just did not connect with anything in the story. Like the storyline itself is pretty good. That's a long pause. I'm sorry. I'm just trying to think of how to phrase stuff. I'm just gonna leave it at that. It's a 3-star read. It's a young adult murder mystery. The characters, I think, are relatively believable, especially when you find out like stuff that happened in the past. There's like, so even the sad moments weren't that sad for me. There was one that was really, and that was towards the end also, that really was emotional for me because of what happened and everything, and how stuff affected people. But I don't know. Just I guess what all I can say is try it, see if you like it. If you have read it, because I think it just came out last month, and I'm pretty sure it came out in November. Um, I was a little delayed on listening to it. I'd got an advanced listener's copy, but tell me if you read it. Tell me if you liked it, what you thought about it. Maybe I should give it another chance, but in ebook form, or buy it. Well, I don't think I'd buy it because I'm afraid I wouldn't like it enough to be worth the money. Anyway, sorry, I'm just rambling now. So thank you for listening. Please comment and tell me what you think, if you've read it or listened to it, or if you plan on reading it or listening to it, or if you just think I ramble too much. Anything you want to say. Anyway, thank you so much.